So, ein herzlich willkommen wieder zurück zu eurem Foli von Folis Gamehaus, zur neuen Folge Let's Play Noire, Part 10, Mord einer Sekretärin. Schön, dass ihr wieder mit reingeschaltet habt, die Hobbydetektive da draußen. Es ist wieder Crime Friday hier bei Folis Gamehaus und wir sind auf der Suche nach einem neuen Mord, beziehungsweise Mord einer Sekretärin. Immer noch ein Morddezernat. Und ich würde mal sagen, let's play. Für Likes, für Kommentare und Abos bin ich natürlich auch sehr gern zu haben. Würde mich natürlich riesig freuen, wenn es euch genauso gefällt. Ansonsten könnt ihr natürlich andere Let's Plays mal einfach durchstöbern. Aber jetzt zurück zur Eleanor, der Mord einer Sekretärin.
Of course we will look into it. Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your hat, Counselor. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside a railroad line. 40-year-old white woman.
Right, Skipper.
So, neues Ziel, neues Ziel, neues
Another
Ziel.
body, and Deirdre Muller's ring. The Emperor may soon have to come to terms with the fact that he's wearing no clothes.
When exactly did you get that book of riddles shoved up your ass, Phelps? Is that what your old man paid college tuition for?
Fahren wir erstmal zum Fundort.
You've got to admit, this is looking odd.
Anyone could pawn a ring.
But if you take it along with all of the other indicators...
Cole, Hugo Moeller was identified by the school's groundkeeper. He's our guy.
Witnesses have fingered the wrong guy before.
He ran, for God's sakes.
And he always maintained he was set up.
Any Century unit, a possible 415 at Alvera Street Plaza, unit to handle code 3, identified.
Easy.
Ach, hätten wir doch die nächste genommen.
Help!
Ich hatte Vorfahrt.
You boys ready? Follow me.
Officer needs help, 103 AV.
Rangierbahnhof, 10:36 Uhr. Tageszeit. Morgens.
Hard, isn't it?
Yeah. I look after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
The Negro, Nelson Gaines, called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuck around.
Jameson found the body?
Something like that. Guy makes me sick.
We'll talk to the coroner. Keep an eye on both of them.
Hey, can you give me a hand? I've got a hard case I need to
Detective Phelps and Galloway, homicide. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
We were shutting cars over to the main line when I saw this man here lying on top of this woman. The woman wasn't moving and seemed to be in a bad way.
What time was this?
About 7:30 this morning, sir.
Thanks for your help. Have you given Patrolman Hart your details?
I have, sir.
Thank you. You can go now. What are you thinking, Ray?
The city keeps tossing us dead bodies. We're just running to catch up.
Circumstantial.
Evelyn Summers, legal. The
We could go over to the lot and see what they know about her.
That's going to be difficult, Cole. The Keystone Studio lot closed back in 41.
Okay.
Maybe someone at Mensch's will remember her.
Make-up, Bekleidung? Okay.
This is a chit for personal items, not booze. It's an angle worth investigating. What have we got here?
White female, approximately 40 years of age, lipstick smudges on the face, but no writing, at least nothing legible. A blunt force trauma to the temple, nose, and eye regions. Ligature marks point to the probable cause of death being strangulation.
Any idea of the time of death?
From her temperature, after midnight would be my guess.
Da gucken wir uns das mal näher an, dass wir ein bisschen mehr Beweise sammeln können. Oh, die hat's aber schön erwischt. Mein lieber Scholli.
Smell?
Very good. There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears she's been living rough for quite some time.
Very strong smell of alcohol.
Well, the autopsy will tell, but I would assume that she was inebriated.
Another missing ring.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
Can you be more exact about the time of death?
No later than 2 a.m. The state the body was in, a 1 or 2 hour window is the best I can do.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Levine's Liquor, closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard, if possible.
Just a moment, Detective. Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thanks.
Schauen wir uns zum Pfandleiher.
Read that those goddamn Chinese want to sell the relief food that we're sending them?
Yeah, I read about that.
These people are starving. They can't do that.
Want to sell the food to fund the Civil War.
Breathe, Phelps. Breathe, damn it. Really? Guess that's okay then.
Armies can't fight without food. Spend all your money on weapons, but you still have to have the will to fight. Fortunately, the Reds will win in China.
Watch your mouth. You know what you're saying?
The people of this country overthrew a king. You think the Chinese will balk at an emperor if they are starving?
Great. How are we gonna
LAPD,
look
police
getting around to this
emergency.
thing, Cole? You've got to be kidding me. We're driving this?
Pfandleiher.
How can I help you boys?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge? Gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give him?
$50?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. You'll feel lucky you're getting it.
I have the rings right here.
What's this mark here?
Maker's mark. Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Thanks for the tip. Does this mark mean anything?
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
What have you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Gave an address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build. Dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Bremner.
Great. How are we gonna look getting around in this thing, Cole? We should keep this development with the rings under our hat until we speak with the captain.
We're all on the same team, Rusty.
Chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to know. You got it?
I get it, Rusty. I just don't like it. We have a problem.
We could have the local troopers check out the Tulare County address.
The address is bogus. Perp is having fun with us. The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that one?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letters. If the Dahlia letters are genuine, then the man who killed Elizabeth Short may have also killed Deirdre Mullen.
And how do we prove that?
Jesus, Phelps!
And how do we prove that, Phelps? Skipper ain't gonna like this one bit.
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping up on his own vanity.
Great. How are we gonna look getting around in this thing, Cole?
Ich nehme ja schon ein anderes Auto.
Or are you just crap?
Also nicht wundern, ich muss nebenbei neben des Falls immer noch hier oder an der Arme ein paar neue Autos freischalten. Ach, da vorne ist. Mensch, Bar.
Drink, fellas.
Phelps, Galloway, homicide. We need to ask you some questions concerning Evelyn Summers.
I'm Walter Mensch. Evelyn Summers? What is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass, always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she was staying?
I don't know. I think she was living rough. She had that kind of stunk about her.
Who did she drink with?
A bunch of these guys. Ask around.
What's your name?
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Summers, and why she was found beaten and strangled in the rail depot on Santa Fe.
Okay. I see your point.
How well did you know her?
I can't say that I knew her. It was more like I was aware of her.
Did you see Evelyn last night?
No. I was at home. Writing.
Do you want to get dragged into this, McCaffrey? Do you want us to get interested in you?
She hung out with this powder puff, James Tiernan. They haunted the public library together.
How well do you know James Tiernan?
I know he works some kind of plebeian job at Rawlings Bowling Alley.
Rawlings. I know that place. Corner of 9th and Grand. A lot of cops bowl there on Tuesday nights.
Do you have a criminal record, Mr. McCaffrey?
Nothing serious. I've had a few skirmishes.
Do you want to save me some time, or do you want me to look up your file?
Industrial disputes, strikes, workers' rights, that kind of thing.
A regular fifth columnist. Nice to meet you, comrade.
Thank you for the information, Mr. McCaffrey.
Ooh.
What did you make of McCaffrey?
There'll come a day, and it's coming very soon. We'll run him and the rest of his pinko buddies out of Los Angeles.
I meant as a suspect, Rusty. Levins Liquid Straw, 11:39 morgens.
schöne Schnitzeljagd, glaube ich.
What can I do for you?
LAPD, Phelps and Galloway. We're making inquiries into the murder of Evelyn Summers.
Evelyn? She's dead?
You knew Evelyn Summers, Mr.
Robbins. Yes, I knew Evelyn. I was a good friend of her ex-husband. She kept some of her stuff here.
Can you show us, please?
Sure. Come this way.
You got some fine stock here, Mr. Robbins. Well, you let us take some for the road, this case might get solved a lot quicker.
He's joking, Mr. Robbins.
She kept a bed here, but I probably shouldn't have let her. An alcoholic in a liquor store. That was never going to work out, was it?
We'll take a look around. She wasn't always such a loner. Evelyn was reading Aristotle?
Evelyn wasn't stupid. The only stupid thing about her was her need to drink.
I'm guessing Evelyn hadn't held down a job for quite some time before she was killed.
Das ist die gute Frage. What's happened with Emily Summers? Ich glaube ja eher, dass das der Typ aus der vorigen Bar da gewesen ist. Vom Typ her würde er es passen. Aber es kann mich auch täuschen.
Rawlings Bowling Alley. Maybe Evelyn did something other than drink in her spare time.
When exactly did Evelyn work in the pictures?
A few years ago. She worked in legal copyrights for music.
Das hat man schon. Auch schon.
We're trying to account for Evelyn's movements yesterday.
She came by in the morning,
A social visit? To pick up some of her things?
She had a couple of bucks and bought a quart of rye.
Any idea where the money came from?
She didn't mention it, but she did say the booze was a present for a boy. She said they had been fighting and she had to make it up to him.
Were you and Evelyn close, Mr. Robbins?
Many people will be sad she's gone. I'll be one of the few.
We got the impression that Evelyn had been sleeping rough of late.
It became difficult for me to have her staying here. Her mother was trying to get her back on the straight and narrow. She's old now. And to be honest, you have to have a good reason to want to get back on.
So, dann fangen wir mal jetzt wieder Bowling an. Rollins Bowling Bar, 11:59 Uhr.
Hello, Rusty. Two on your usual lane?
I'm Detective Phelps. Homicide.
You must be new. What's your shoe size?
This is business, Florence. You got a guy works here by the name of Tiernan?
Sure we do. He's a pin setter. Clears the jams, works the gutters. Go right in. He'll be hopping around the lanes toward the back. He's a nice boy.
Thanks, ma'am. Let's go get him.
Ja, dann schnappen wir uns mal ihn.
Down the left side of the alley.
Links neben dem Rad.
Tiernan! LAPD! There!
Schnappen wir uns den Mistkerl.
What are you waiting for? Get after him!
We might go faster if we weren't carrying the extra weight.
These are flashy cars to be parked outside a bowling alley.
The lanes attract a fast-living individual with money to burn, Cole.
Or a middle-aged individual with the need to feel virile.
Phelps, you gotta get me closer!
Another runner. Well, at least we've got a suspect.
Why do they always run? I'm sure we've got the wrong person in more than one of these homicides, but they always seem to lam it.
You know, your theories are not airtight by any means, Phelps.
If this isn't the killer, we can at least get him for reckless endangerment.
That's unless he runs into a wall and saves us all the trouble.
Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires! Hit it! Clean this asshole off the road!
Whoa, looks like we're going into the tunnels.
God damn it, he'll kill himself.
All right, as long as it doesn't kill us, I'm okay with it. That is the end of that. It's about fucking time.
Show me your hands!
Das Auto ist nett. Das fährt sich gut. So, gehen wir mal zum nächsten Tatort. Levins Liquid Store. Gehen wir da nochmal hin. Ungewohnt ohne Musik und ohne Nachrichten. Sind da in der Nähe bei den Gleisen oder nicht?
Watch it, will you?
Watch where you're driving, you maniac!
God, you're gonna kill us!
Most informative. Thank you.
Da geht's tatsächlich hier durch. Das gibt's doch nicht. Da geht's aber durch.
Run, you fucking idiots! Slow and steady, come on!
Blood splatter on the carriage. She must have been struck while standing up.
Seid ihr denn immer noch hier an Beweis zu sammeln? Das war schon mal.
Hey, can you give me a hand? I got a hard case I need.
Detective Phelps, LAPD homicide.
John Ferdinand Jameson.
We need you to answer some questions, John.
If you don't mind, I prefer Ferdinand.
Don't push your luck, knucklehead.
What were you doing to the body, Ferdinand?
Are you sure you won't be upset?
Try me, Ferdinand.
I was kissing her. It's not against the law.
Shut up.
There's no
Take
law
your
against
beating
it.
like a man.
Turn out your pockets, Ferdinand. Classic Carmine. Is this yours, Ferdinand?
No. I found it near her purse. I thought she could use some lipstick.
Rusty, stop! Don't hit him. You found the body?
Yes, I did. I work here. I was coming off shift and headed home.
Why didn't you report the body, Jameson? Do you know how this is going to look to a jury?
A jury? What gives? I could tell that she was dead. I came through here about midnight last night. She wasn't here then.
Let me belt him again.
You went through her purse?
It wasn't like she needed it. I took a look.
Did you take any money?
Wasn't any to take. I found her lipstick and her matchbook over on the mat. Not much else.
You're under arrest, Jameson. We'll see how this plays out. Until then, you can think a little on how you'd like to be treated if you were found dead.
I'm telling you, it's not illegal. Me and some friends of mine...
Clyde, you get this sack of shit into a cell. I'll deal with him later.
Sure, Rusty.
Ja, der fackelt auch nicht lang. So.
What do you think?
Look around. Looks like she's been sleeping rough. I'll leave the examining to you, partner.
Gut, dann schauen wir uns einfach noch ein bisschen um.
We can talk about it later, Phelps.
Ach, du bist doch nicht hilfreich.
Don't think this is anything.
Nö, das ist auch nix. Das ist auch nix. Während der Arbeitszeit quarzen oder was? Was ist denn eigentlich für ein Lederäckchen an? Das muss hier irgendwo sein.
Advice?
Look around. Looks like she's been sleeping rough. I'll leave the examining to you, partner.
Halt, Moment mal. Die ist doch obdachlos. Das heißt, dass wir vielleicht mit Sicherheit in irgendeinem von diesen Waggons vielleicht schlafen könnte. Aber ich weiß es nicht mehr, welchen das war. Ja, das hat man ja schon. Da geht er in den Noterbub. Was kann man denn hier so? Nix, nicht viel. Na. Dies hat man ja schon mal. Den Brief hat man ja auch. Gültiger.
Someone was trying to get her to come home.
Da fehlt wohl ihr Brief. Ah, jetzt ja. Jetzt haben wir natürlich den Hinweis, der uns noch wählt. Das ist vorhin nicht aufgefallen, wo wir schon das erste Mal beim Tatort gewesen sind. Die Bar hat man. Den Zettel hat man ohne. Hin und her rollen. Die Beweise noch ein bisschen verunreinigen. So. Aber... sein. Irgendwas ist ja noch.
I'm at a loss.
You must have missed something at Levine's liquor. For a person living rough, keeping things there must mean something. Let's get back there.
Gut, dass wir drüber geredet haben. Ist sehr hilfreich, muss ich schon mal sagen. Strom wie gestört. Das ist doch ein schöner Wagen. Gut, Tatort erledigt. Gehen wir mal zur Liquid Store und fahren wir da mal nochmal hin. Zu diesem Liquid.
I get the point.
Bist du für ein Irre? This is a long way.
What's your beef with this guy, Phelps?
Big time.
Wow, that looks like a beauty. Olive oil comes
See
from olives.
So
Sounds
what
big on
next?
Paper.
He worked I'm that stumped.
Case with the
Ideas?
cut up like the dahlia.
Any ideas?
Check through her belongings, Phelps.
I hope the information I gave you was helpful. I hope you catch the guy.
Kennen Sie doch Alkoholiker nur. Lassen Sie sich in den Laden rein, oder? Das da vorne, die gehen alle nicht auf. Haben wir ja schon mal probiert gehabt. So. Geh mal weg da. Ja, okay. Das hatten wir auch schon. Ich hatte es ja an den Seiten den Rest versteckt.
And she was borrowing books from Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Ich glaube, das war der Hinweis, den wir noch brauchen, kann er sein. Das war jetzt so eindeutig. Gut, fragen wir ihn nochmal.
Do you know a friend of Evelyn's by the name of McCaffrey?
Not personally.
Na, schwindelst du auch nicht? Du schwindelst. Du verdrehst die Augen.
We're struggling for leads, Robbins. Did she know McCaffrey?
She idolized him. From what I gather, the feeling was far from mutual. He seems to peddle a revolutionary stance, fixing the ills of society. You could see how it would appeal to down-and-outs like Evelyn.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Robbins.
No problem. Hey, I'd like to make arrangements for the funeral. You think I could get in touch with Evelyn's mother?
Put in a call to the watch commander at Central Station, Mr. Robbins. He'll be trying to reach the next of kin.
Thanks. Get the guy, huh? Evelyn never hurt anybody.
I don't think I can. It's promise. I do my best. Or we do our best. See you later. Gut, dann müssen wir jetzt aber hier fertig sein, richtig?
Car 11K, Car 11 King, KGPL.
11 King.
A message from Captain Donnelly. Return to Central, Code 2.
11 King, en route. Let's not keep the man waiting, Phelps.
From the 56 at this time.
Sackgasse.
KGPL to all units. Citizen reports man with a gun. Union and Rockwood Street. Union and Rockwood Street. Unit to handle code 2. Identify.
Eieiei. Da ist er. Schnapp dir.
Jesus, Phelps, you're terrorizing these poor slubs.
Oh, sag mal, wo ist denn der?
Continue to respond, King.
gleich um die Ecke, Mann. Gott sei Dank.
KGPL to all units. Citizen reports man with a gun. Union and Rockwood Street. Union and Rockwood Street. Unit to handle code 2. Identify.
God damn it! I said cough it up! I'm not gonna say it again.
Missverständnis.
That's it, old man. I've had enough of your gibberish.
Na toll, Verfolgungsjagd.
Give it up! LAPD!
What do you think? You're a bulldozer?
Hurry! You can still catch him.
Lock him up and throw away the key. This isn't a racetrack.
Ich jagte die ganze Zeit hinterher, oder was? Zack. Wer rumballert, wird erschossen. Punkt aus. Fertig, Fall gelöst. Das Verbrechen hat keine Chance. Straßenverbrechen abgeschlossen, 9 von 40. Naja, da haben wir noch ein bisschen was vor uns. So, können wir jetzt mal zum Hauptfall wieder gehen oder kommt jetzt nochmal irgend so ein Polizeidurchsagen, wo wir hin müssen? Far, far away. Yes.
Whoa there!
Hoppla. Ich wollte nur uns auf das Revier wieder zurück. So.
Seems like a nice boy, putting all the...
Na, danke.
The captain is downstairs with Ray Pinker and Carruthers.
Downstairs. Wo ist mein Kollege hin? Da.
And orders a beer and a malt.
Wo ist hingehen? Da rein.
What's this about, Captain?
Ray and Mal have some concerns over the Henry and Muller cases, which I don't want aired outside of this room.
The evidence is solid, Captain.
I agree, Rusty. It's just that corpses keep piling up.
Copycats.
I've been banging the same drum. But the notes and the lipstick messages.
Evelyn Summers, Cartel Classic Carmine. Each woman, same brand, same color.
Teresa Terrelson didn't have a lipstick message.
Technically, you're right, Rusty. She didn't have any lipstick. But she did have a message. We found it beneath her dress, scraped with a sharp stick.
What did it say?
You sure you want to know?
Ray?
As far as we can be sure, it said cunt BD.
That's one way of looking at it.
Looking at what?
Cunt is all about access, Phelps. You're married, so yours is mortgaged. Some of us like to pay by installments. This guy doesn't like to pay at all.
Why are you so angry, Mal?
Because I just had to fire one of my assistants. He was a friend of Jameson's. God knows what he might have been up to.
Captain, we have good leads in the Summers case, but it's up to you to decide how we proceed.
Keep this under your hat for now. And Follow up on Evelyn Summers. I want daily reports.
Kriegen sie täglich Berichte. Sowas von.
We got our orders. Back to the Summers case. Get an address for McCaffrey. He'll have blown the bar. I'll meet you outside.
Na, was will ich denn da mal ziehen?
I want to make homicide. You know you made it.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Apartment 6, 126 Yale Street, between Ord and Alpine.
Thank you.
Ah, da haben wir noch, sag ja, das wird eine Schnitzeljagd das, diesmal. Der Fall ist ziemlich lang.
Let me pose a question. Depends. What's it got to do with? Morals. Would it bother you to put the wrong person away? Depends. On what? On whether anyone except the poor son of a bitch in the slammer ever found out.
All units also needs help. 415 and shots fired. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. Unit to handle code 3 identify.
Nicht jetzt. Blind oder was?
If we survive this, it's going to be a miracle.
Ich wollte noch eine Abkürzung nehmen. Wieder mal. Nein, nein, nein. Jetzt rennst du auf die Straße. Na. Scheiß Sackgasse. So, was ist das? McCaffreys Apartment. 4:43 PM. Apartment 6 war's. So, gucken wir hier nochmal nach.
McCaffrey is in apartment 6.
Der wohnt da, aber da ist halt eben die andere Frage. Ne? Es gibt mit Sicherheit die auch wieder kennen. Living Room 1 bis 3 bis 4. Okay, ein Stockwerk höher also. So, 5 bis 6 in die Richtung. Da haben wir doch die 6 schon.
Doesn't look like anybody's home.
Terrible shame. Means there's nobody to let us in. You want to do the honors?
This doesn't pertain to the case.
Klar, er ist Alkoholiker wie sie, die umgebracht wurde. Naja, was haben wir denn da? Haben wir da etwa die Mordwaffe?
He said he was at home. He said he didn't know her. And we have the book.
Let's see Carruthers argue his way out of this one.
Is that you, Grosvenor? Who are you guys? What are you doing in
We're
here?
from the LAPD, ma'am. Do you know where we might find McCaffrey?
I'm his neighbor. Is he in trouble?
Look, lady, we need to find him, and in a hurry. Are you going to give me trouble?
He has a pigeon coop up on the roof. He spends his mornings up there when he's been drinking.
How do we get up there?
Down the hall and up the stairs.
Drunk and in command of a carrier pigeon. Surely we can write him up for that. A citation at least.
Ist das etwa? Ah ja, da haben wir doch den anderen Rest des Briefes.
Torn from the letter we found beside the body. At the very least, I'd say it ties McCaffrey to the scene.
Not sure this means much.
Die gesagt, downstairs. Eigentlich nach oben, ne?
Isn't he the cop they've been talking about on the radio? Want another accommodation?
Ah ja. Das könnte schon eher sein.
Grosvenor McCaffrey! Running on a hangover, McCaffrey? Sit down and we'll talk.
I'll go get our wheels.
You a runner, McCaffrey? Stay and fight the good fight.
Lock him up! Throw away the key!
Kommt gleich erst.
Give it up, LAPD!
Be careful! He looks dangerous!
Can't we talk about this?
Natürlich.
Can't we?
So. Jetzt haben wir es den aber gegeben, den kleinen Drecksack.
We need to get downtown and wrap this thing up. It's got to be McCaffrey. Unless Tyranny set him up. You don't think that asshole Jameson could have done it, do you? Whoever did it. It wasn't that Dahlia fuck.
How do you know that McCaffrey didn't do the Dahlia?
We have a list of over 200 suspects. His name was never on it.
If you think the list is exhaustive, Rusty, who am I to argue?
Listen, let's just work the case at hand, shall we? Then we can sit down and put all the puzzle pieces together at a later date.
I'll hold you to that.
KGPL to any unit. A citizen reports suspicious activity 111 South Alameda. Stand by for any Central unit.
Ja, den nehmen wir noch mit. Den Verbrecher. Wenn er nicht wieder zu weit weg ist. Ah. was so ungelenkt.
Calm down.
Car 11K, go ahead with the further.
Suspicious activity at 111 South.
Mal schauen, was uns erwartet. Dosenfisch.
LAPD, stop what you're doing.
Ah, shit.
Up for some of the rough stuff, are you?
Phelps, leave him be.
I'm gonna beat you black and blue. I'm gonna beat you.
What's your beef with this guy, Phelps?
You! Get back here! Shit!
Oh, fahr doch mal zur Seite, Mann.
It's all right.
Die Karre ist sowas von langsam, ey.
Give it up, LAPD!
Frank Morgan? Yeah, look, it was Harry's idea to boost the truck full of fishes, not mine. I was in the bar late talking and we...
Save it. You two idiots can say hello to Adrian for me.
Oh, God damn it.
Komm.
What?
So, jetzt gehen wir mal natürlich den Fall hoffentlich mal abschließen können. Ja.
Gently.
Du hast da eine kleine Panne. Ja. Ja. Verdammt, sorry. Ja. Gehst rüber. So, da sind wir ja schon am Revier.
Hey!
Ja, ist alles gut. Der Wagen, mal ein bisschen Spucke drauf und dann sieht er wieder aus wie neu. So.
You sure you can make it stick with one of these suspects, gentlemen?
It's either McCaffrey or Tiernan, sir. I think Jameson is an aberration.
All right. I'll deal with that degraded lunatic myself. He's got some fearful retribution coming. Tiernan isn't one, McCaffrey isn't two. I want a confession from one of them. Don't fail me, young fellas.
Na toll. Das setzt mich überhaupt nicht unter Druck, hä?
We got a stakeout down on 2nd later tonight.
So, wo gehen wir rein? 1 oder 2? Wen wollen wir eher in der Knast sehen? Gehen wir mal in 1. Oder auch nicht, das ist ja gar nicht 1. Das ist ja mal sehr bescheiden, nee. Hey, weg. Okay. Das ist 1.
Why did you run, Tiernan?
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
So, wir hatten bei ihm gefunden. Der ist weggerannt. Wo ist denn der weggerannt? Scheiße. Den Radmotorschlüssel. Den hat man bei dem anderen gefunden, ne? So ist ein Brief. Schnick. Todesseite.
Sounds like half an answer to me, Tiernan. Were you sleeping with her?
That's none of your business.
Okay.
You and Evelyn were drinking together last night.
Schon die falsche.
And she had no other place to stay.
I don't know what happened last night. I don't remember.
Come on, Tiernan. Either you killed her or she left the hotel. Why did she leave?
Look, I may have yelled at her. I was very drunk. It's hard to remember.
Aristotle's Metaphysics, the book that belonged to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey saw her looking at her once and laughed in her face.
And you're saying Evelyn stole it?
She wanted something of his.
We either hang this on you or McCaffrey. You better give us something.
Well, McCaffrey's been in trouble with the law before. I mean, he always makes out it was some kind of labor dispute. But, you know, I'm not so sure.
Do you own a car, Tiernan?
No, I don't.
Have access to a lug wrench?
No, we use a lot of them to clear jams in the pin setting machines.
Evelyn was beaten to death with a lug wrench. We found a wrench at McCaffrey's apartment.
You see?
It was McCaffrey. He had nothing but hatred for me and Evelyn.
Evelyn was missing a ring from her right hand.
That's strange. She always wore it. A big black circular disc with a white E in the middle. It was made from an old typewriter key. A present from the prop department at her old movie studio.
We're going to talk to McCaffrey. You need to think about what you've told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear.
Das lief ja schon mal nicht so gut. So. Jetzt gehen wir mal in 2. 2 war in die Richtung, glaube ich. Richtig. Interview 1. Geh weg. Und 2, da ist er doch.
You ready to answer some questions?
You think I have all the answers?
People who run from the police usually have something to hide.
Touché, detective. Let's see where this takes us.
You told us you barely knew Evelyn Summers.
She hung around sometimes. I had very little to do with her.
Doesn't look good, Grosvenor. It's either you or Tiernan from where we're sitting.
Personally, I think Evelyn is better off, but I had nothing to do with it.
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You were out at the rail yard.
And what do you have that proves I was there? You're going to have to do better than that, detective.
It's either going to be you or Tiernan, Grosvenor.
Make it stick, detective. The party has good lawyers.
Der war's. Definitiv, aber ich kann es noch nicht beweisen. Sein Mist.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need the jacket on a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Just a moment, Detective. McCaffrey was formerly under surveillance by the Red Squad. Convictions for petty theft. Dishonorable discharge from the Army during training at Syracuse. Assault on a local woman. Says he almost beat the woman to death.
Thanks for your help. You were in the war?
Yes, I was. Seeing the things that I saw, it changes a man. I came back here determined to change things. All I wanted was a pen and an opportunity to speak out.
You told us before that you had only minor run-ins with the police. You didn't mention petty theft.
I've never been in trouble for violence. That's the salient point here, isn't it?
You're holding out on us, McCaffrey. What other trouble have you been in?
I was in a few labor disputes before the war. I didn't use my real name.
Verdammt. Probieren wir es auf ein neues. Machen wir es andersrum.
You ready to answer some questions?
You think I have all the answers?
People who run from the police usually have something to hide.
Touché, detective. Let's see where this takes us.
You told us you barely knew Evelyn Summers.
She hung around sometimes. I had very little to do with her.
So she was your follower.
That's one way of describing her. She was like a stray dog, desperate for a master.
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You were out at the rail yard.
And what do you have that proves I was there?
How about half of Augusta Summers' last correspondence with her daughter?
What are you talking about?
After you were done beating Evelyn, you searched her and found her mother's letter. That old lady's anguish amused you.
I know nothing about a letter or Evelyn's goddamn mother.
So what was it doing on your writing desk?
I don't know, but if I didn't put it there, somebody else did. Try exercising your powers of deduction on that.
It's either going to be you or Tiernan, Grosvenor.
Make it stick, detective. The party has good lawyers.
Those Vice boys get any on the side?
Why did you run, Tiernan?
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
Keep lying to me and I'll have you charged and in front of a grand jury before your feet touch the ground.
How can you possibly prove Evelyn and I were more than friends?
Looks like I made a mistake. She was old enough to be your mother, Tiernan. Were you banging her?
That's none of your business.
You a mama's boy, Tiernan?
You and Evelyn were drinking
Damn.
together last night, and she had no other place to stay.
I don't know what happened last night. I don't remember.
You're lying, Tiernan. You'd been fighting with her. You fought, and...
I'm not lying! She got up and left! That was it! Don't talk about how it was between me and Evelyn. You don't know anything.
Aristotle's Metaphysics, the book that belonged to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey saw her looking at her once and laughed in her face.
And you're saying Evelyn stole it.
She wanted something of his.
We either hang this on you or McCaffrey. You better give us something.
Well, McCaffrey's been in trouble with the law before. I mean, he always makes out it was some kind of labor dispute. But, you know, I'm not so sure.
Do you own a car, Tiernan?
No, I don't.
Have access to a lug wrench?
Well, we use a lot of them to clear jams in the pin setting machines.
Coroner's report says that Evelyn was killed with a wrench. I think you did it and then planted the evidence at McCaffrey's apartment for us to find.
We went to his apartment. McCaffrey was up on the roof. Evelyn stole the book. McCaffrey went crazy when he found out. He said he would put her out of her misery. He can be very cruel.
Evelyn was missing a ring from her right hand.
That's strange. She always wore it. Big black circular disc with a white E in the middle. It was made from an old typewriter key, a present from the prop department at her old movie studio.
We're going to talk to McCaffrey. You need to think about what you've told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear.
He ran the light on Olympic, and we finally collared him on.
We found the lug wrench that Evelyn was battered with in your apartment, and the note from her mother, and your blood-stained clothing. We have you cold, McCaffrey.
You think if I could be bothered to murder Evelyn Summers, I would be stupid enough to leave the evidence in my apartment?
I don't believe you, Grosvenor. The evidence says that you killed her.
You can prove that I wanted to kill Evelyn?
Tiernan is prepared to testify that you threatened Evelyn's life in his presence.
Self-preservation. That's understandable. Okay, I'll level with you. Tiernan killed Evelyn. He came to me for help. I listened to him, and he explained why he did it.
Tiernan went to you for help. You expect me to buy that?
That's how it went down. I told him he made a terrible mistake, but he would be throwing his life away if he went to the cops. I took his things and told him I would dispose of them.
But you didn't.
Speak to Tiernan. He'll give it up.
Mouthpiece to
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need the jacket on a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Just a moment, Detective. McCaffrey was formerly under surveillance by the Red Squad. Convictions for petty theft. Dishonorable discharge from the Army during training at Syracuse. Assault on a local woman. Says he almost beat the woman to death.
Thanks, ma'am.
We got a stakeout down on 2nd later tonight.
You spoken to McCaffrey? I can go? It's all been cleared up?
Not quite. We have one more question we need to ask, James. Then I think we will be done.
Sure. Go ahead.
So Evelyn passed out, and you walked out. What happened next?
I woke up in the morning, very hungover. I thought Evelyn would have come back.
Werde ich gleich jetzt ein bisschen schmoren, Junge.
McCaffrey's pointing the finger directly back at you, James. You better think of something and think of it fast.
I've told you all I know. I wouldn't do a thing like this.
Das ist halt eben jetzt eine schwierige Situation.
Wait here. You were in the war?
Yes, I was. Seeing the things that I saw, it changes a man. I came back here determined to change things. All I wanted was a pen and an opportunity to speak out.
You told us before that you had only minor run-ins with the police. You didn't mention petty theft.
I've never been in trouble for violence. That's the salient point here, isn't it? You guys got somewhere you need to be? You're ruining the ambiance.
Holding out on us, McCaffrey. What other trouble have you been in?
I was in a few labor disputes before the war. I didn't use my real name.
We got a stakeout down on 2nd later tonight.
What now?
Put the heat to one of them, Phelps. Your choice.
Guy gave his wife a tap. I'd say all's fair in love.
Railroad someone else. I'm not saying anything.
He ran the light on Olympic, and we finally collared him on camera.
say we bust in there and find the guy.
James Tiernan, I'm charging you with the murder of Evelyn Summers. I believe you didn't know what you were doing. I'll speak to the DA on your behalf. That's the best I can do for you now.
Fall abgeschlossen. Zwar nicht so ganz, wie ich wollte. Und der Chef auch nicht.
I'm going to assume that you both have very good excuses for what happened in my station today. You had a perfectly good candidate for a capital case, and somehow managed to choose a weak-willed sub-sister, while the murderous Red walks scot-free. I'm having doubts about what you're prepared to do to make a case, Phelps. If ever there was a time for manufacturing evidence, or extracting a confession, this was it! Now get out of my sight! Run down pickpockets and fruit flies, and leave the real work for men of substance.
Ich konnte ihm auch leider nichts nachweisen. Jo, würde mal sagen, das war's halt nochmal bei Folis Game aus. Zum Let's Play Eleanor, Part 10. Der Fall ist gelöst. Studio der Sekretärenmörder ist erledigt, der ehemalige. Nicht ganz so, wie ich ihn noch eigentlich wollte, weil ich war mir überzeugt, dass der andere eigentlich eher mehr der Drahtzieher bei der ganzen Geschichte gewesen ist. Natürlich war der andere, der James Tierman, war natürlich mit involviert in diesem Verbrechen. Ich glaube aber nicht, dass er der Hauptverdächtige gewesen ist. Deswegen gab es auch nur einen Stern, wie ihr es gerade sehen könnt. Fall, den ich davor gelöst habe, da waren 3 Sterne. Wir haben auf jeden Fall einen Schuldigen, das haben wir zumindest richtig gefunden. Ich denke mal, es wird nicht das letzte Mal, dass wir auf den getroffen sind. Wenn das halt eben öfter so ein Serienmörder wird, dann werden wir ihn auf jeden Fall, ich denke mal, nochmal hier und da nochmal wiederfinden. Vielleicht haben wir da ein bisschen bessere Beweise, um ihn dicht hinter Schloss und Riegel zu bringen. Ich bedanke mich fürs Zuschauen. Wie gesagt, ich überlege jetzt gerade oft, ob ich jetzt halt eben jeden Freitag einen Crime-Freitag mache. Ich habe noch mehr Let's Plays, die ähnlich sind, die auf jeden Fall mit Polizeiarbeit zu tun haben, und ich denke mal, das ist ein ganz gutes Thema. Mir gefällt es auf jeden Fall sehr, und ich würde mich freuen, wenn ihr beim nächsten Mal wieder dabei seid, ihr Hobbydetektive, und wir hören und sehen uns beim nächsten Let's Play. Ich sage Tschüss, vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen, fürs später eventuell liken, kommentieren, abonnieren. Ich bin raus, macht's gut, bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao, ciao.